Platinum X back with Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm under attack here. Anyway, yeah, I just went ahead and started right here. Well, oh, hey, look at that dude. Oh, yeah, I still need the trophy for getting 100 melee kills. Oh, you punk! Sniper. Boom! Peak condition. That's for reaching level 40. So peak condition is a trophy for either getting level 40 in single player or level 20 in multiplayer. It's one of those that can go either way. I wanted to get that trophy in single player though and not multiplayer. That's why I really haven't been doing much multiplayer. Excuse me. All right. Is there anything here that's interesting? All that does is shut off these barriers right here. I don't even see any containers. There's some remains. Now it is a little disappointing they don't allow going up to rank 10 for weapons and equipment in a single playthrough. It pretty much requires a second playthrough to go up to rank 10 or above 5.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources.
Now I could be wrong, but that's kind of how Mass Effect 3 was, and I'm thinking Andromeda is the same way, where even though I'm not even really near the finish, I mean I might be like halfway through the game. I still got a lot to do. I don't think, and I'm already level 40. I'm already finding rank 5 stuff. I don't think I'm gonna find any higher than rank 5 in a single playthrough. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because the whole point of this is to get a platinum trophy on a single playthrough. I don't really care to do another playthrough, even though I love playing the game, but it like just the negative aspects of it as far as the story and the just horrible like voice acting, just not really acting. They're just like the hired people just to read words on a page. There's a few exceptions. There are a few exceptions. I don't want to totally nuke the entire casting, but there's just a few exceptions in the entire game. And this dude Reyes, which is like, he was with us in the previous mission. He kind of, he's, not. I'm not gonna knock him. And Drac is the best. Drac is absolutely the best squad mate, and really brings the flavor to the game from the acting aspect. Need to go over here. Do I really want to? Yeah, let's just go ahead and. That's kind of what made me stop here. Is I'm not fast traveling. I'm just heading on to my next objective. And of course, you're going to encounter enemies along the way. I'm still on the right track. No, I am not. Kind of veering off path here. So in the last episode, I'm just going through the motions of, going to all these objectives and completing them. And again, just the lack of the shitty story and the shitty acting is just like, I'm more into just running my own mouth than listening to what the hell's going on. So the last episode was a good bit about me Not even going on a rant, just explaining what I would do with the next Mass Effect, you know, to make a great game, because I could definitely make it a great game versus what we've been getting from the powers that be. You know, understand what I mean? So anyway, I kind of ended it with the comparison between what EA has done with, and yes, I'm talking about EA, not BioWare. EA being the parent company and really the one in charge of what the hell we're getting. And really kind of just destroying the whole BioWare brand. I'm not really getting my hopes up for the next Mass Effect. And this next Dragon Age, I'm going to play it at some point. I'm not even sure if it's out yet. But I will play, I love Dragon Age. I played Dragon Age before Mass Effect. And it was really just an in-game item, the Dragon Age armor. It was a code in it was either a code that I got when I bought Dragon Age Origins, and I was still playing on the PC at this time. Alright, you stand still. Here, you get burned. I was playing Dragon Age Origins at the time, and it was either a code that I got in, you know, when I got Dragon Age Origins, for the Dragon Age armor in Mass Effect 2, or it was a code on the packaging of Dragon Age 2, or not Dragon Age 2, of Mass Effect 2 for an in-game item for the Dragon Age armor in Dragon Age. It was one or the other. But that's even what kind of, that's even how Mass Effect even caught my attention in the first place. Was the code for that Dragon Age armor. So when I played Mass Effect 2, I immediately fell in love with it. I love, like, my first mission was Archangel. And when I got to the end of Archangel, it was like the first mission I did, you know, that I chose, that, you know, that you can choose to do, minus the first two starting missions. And I realized that, okay, no, I need to play one. I need to play the first one. I put two on the shelf until I played Mass Effect 1. Love Mass Effect 1. Absolute epic. Absolutely epic story, gameplay, just everything about Mass Effect 1 is epic. And I'm talking about the original, not the Legendary Edition, because again, Legendary Edition was remastered, I guess, not even I'm not even going to use the word mastered, just redone by EA, or BioWare after EA acquired it. Okay, now I do need to, maybe I can go over the hills. Let's go ahead and just turn around. So 1 was an absolute masterpiece, and I'd already fell in love with 2, like just from playing just the Archangel mission. So the Mass Effect trilogy has been one of my favorite game series of all time. Resident Evil is another one, but Mass Effect, I absolutely loved it. And again, I started playing Dragon Age before Mass Effect. Well, I love Dragon Age also. So BioWare has always been near and dear to the heart, even, you know, before EA acquired it. I didn't even realize it, but... Oh, I messed up. Alright, all clear. So Dragon Age, Mass Effect, love them, awesome games. But both over the last, I guess, 20 years, entertainment across the board, the entertainment industry, TV shows, movies, including games, have just been on a very steep downslope. So it would be really nice if we can get back on the, you know, let's make a great game and you know, piss on all this other bullshit and just focus on making a great game. Okay, can we do that, please? So anyway, that was my, you know, really hope and point of going on about what I'm going on about. But I can definitely make the next Mass Effect a tremendously wonderful game. With my game experience over the decades, and what works, what doesn't work. Of course, some of the most popular games just blow my mind as far as how they're so popular. I'm like, really? Like, okay, I don't get it, but okay. So it's not like I have all the answers, but again, I know what works and what doesn't. And the whole multiplayer aspect of this is great. Multiplayer, but there's many things that can be improved about it. And the way they've done it is kind of like stupid. Like the whole buying boxes to rank up your weapons and characters, and it should be about actual experience.
Hostiles ahead!
Like instead of buying boxes for, you know, ranking up your items, they should be about, you know, the use, like how much have you actually used that item. Like this particular gun right here is the first gun, I mean, I've crafted the higher ranks of it, but that's the thing, is I crafted the higher ranks of it. The rank I have with this weapon has nothing to do with me, my character, what my character has done with this weapon. It's all about, oh, well, I crafted it. Like I could have crafted a rank 5 weapon of weapons that I've never even used. And I think, you know, the rank of the weapon should be based on, well, like how many kills do you have with that weapon? And this system tracks that. This system tracks every kill with each individual weapon. That's what should rank up the weapon. 100 kills with that weapon, or maybe not even 100, maybe 50. Rank 2. 200 kills, 250 kills, boom, rank 3. Or, you know, I mean, again, maybe reduce the number on the earlier ranks, like 50, then 100, then 250, then 500, then 1,000. But then, you know, to get up to rank 10 should be like several thousand. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't be able to just craft a rank 10 weapon that I've never even used. Or in the case of multiplayer, buy boxes until I, you know, like you just have to buy boxes and then, you know, get the same item in multiple boxes to rank it up. Like each time you get the same item, it goes up to the next rank. That's just stupid. It's like a money grab attempt. It's like the whole pay to win concept, which turns so many people off to games like that, where it's just like this pay to win concept. I mean, people spend more money on appearances, skins, and like housing, the stuff, the furnishings for the housing, like what's the game? Elder Scrolls Online. In game isn't raids. I mean, people go on raids, but the whole point is, like, the in-game aspect of it is housing. Like, people spend real money in the store, in the online store, to buy furnishings for their house.
Can't talk. Sorry.
Back again?
That nav point was a setup.
GTA 5.
Was the cash not
I mean,
there?
you could acquire the money in game,
You sent me into an ambush.
but they sell in-game money on the store that you can use to buy cars and apartments. Now, GTA doesn't get into the whole furnishing aspect of it, but that's my point.
I want my
People
credits
spend more
back.
money on that stuff than they do buying boxes and a pay-to-win like concept.
But I don't like
Like, there's so many of the first-person shooter type games that's what it's like. You're buying boxes to get the better weapons. And that's just that pay-to-win concept. There's just so many people that just it completely turns off because a lot of people don't have money to just keep throwing at a game after they've already spent $60 to buy the damn thing. It shouldn't be a condition of success in a game to spend more money. It should be an option. An option, like I said, with skin. Like, look at games like Smite, where that's the only thing that's all you spend money on is skins, like different appearances. That doesn't make any difference whatsoever in the actual gameplay. So if they would, get on board with adapting that, source of revenue for the game, they would be a lot more successful than this buying boxes to rank up your items. And if they develop the system more about, it being experienced using the weapon to rank it up, just like Skyrim. Look how successful Skyrim is. You can't level up a skill without using it. Same thing should be true for these weapons. So again, you take the most successful games of, the last 20 years. Skyrim, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption, probably 1 and 2, but I guess 2 probably even more so than 1, only because of, probably the hype. But, it's a great game. And Rockstar, both GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption, Rockstar, and they are among some of the highest grossing games, console games anyway. Alright, I'm running out of ammo here. I don't really like this. Alright, dude. Was I in range? Did I get him with that? Somebody in that tower. But I was talking about in the last episode, before I ended it, I kind of ran out of time. I'm gonna throw grenades at me, asshole. Oh, I'm switching to my shotgun. Oh, come on. That dude's not up here anymore. Anyway, GTA 5 retained its full market value of $60 for more than 5 years after its release. Notice the long silence there, because it's like, gee, you think you might learn something from that, EA? I'm not sure about Red Dead Redemption 2, how long it retained its full market value. But ever since, or just in my experience, since EA took over, BioWare games literally are down to 20 or even less. Like Anthem, for example, which I refuse to touch because of how horrible the ending of Mass Effect 3 was. It's like they were done with Mass Effect. They were like, okay, well, thanks for playing, and we're kind of done with it. We're ready to move on. And the fan rage was so high is why we have what we have here playing Andromeda. It was a rush project. They did not develop enough. They did not devote enough resources to make a great game. But somebody at least still made the advancements they did in the gameplay, which is awesome. Like I said, this is the best, and I definitely do not want to take anything away from whoever's responsible for improving that aspect of the game and making it better. The character progression, the advancement in powers as far as being able to use pull to pull people and then throw them, use the throw power to throw them, and actually aim the throw. I mean, that's awesome.
You can extract minerals by
So there's definitely this is definitely the best Mass Effect, and you know, I definitely want to give positive kudos, praise to the people responsible for improving that aspect of the game. But as far as not devoting the resources to the storytelling and just regurgitating the same crap that we done played through, like with all right, hang on, where am I going here? Let me get my bearing. There's a memory trigger. I'm gonna go over and get that memory before I need to do some other things off of Kadara. I don't want to sit. I don't want to stay on Kadara until I'm done with it. You know what I mean? Like I got some other stuff I need to do that I should have did before I even came here. But anyway. Like there are still people playing the multiplayer on this game right here. I could still right now get into a multiplayer game. Now you might wind up with some of these people are kind of dickheads as far as not wanting new people, because I mean is somewhat understandable, but at the same time, you know, they're kind of dickheads because they'll either kick you out or, well, I mean, they'll kick you out of the party if you wind up in there. But I mean, they're doing like platinum difficulty, which you can't do as a new player. Like, I mean, you'd be more of a hindrance than assisting. But some people are good enough to actually, I mean, there's people that have soloed it on platinum, which is crazy. But I mean, you don't necessarily need a full 4-person squad if you're, you know, in a experienced, well-established or developed group. I think this is where we need to, yeah, make a turn right here. Damn it, come on. I mean, so, you know, people that are able to do platinum could actually carry a new person through, so that, I mean, they talk about super leveling in multiplayer. You know, if you can take a level 1 character and you have an undeveloped profile in multiplayer, like this profile, I was very underdeveloped. Like, I've only done multiplayer a few times, so I have gotten credits, I have bought some boxes, but I don't have any of the rare stuff. My main profile that I played this with before, I got a lot. Like, I spent a lot of time in multiplayer. I mean, I was doing platinum runs with groups. But the whole point is, like, people are still playing multiplayer in this how many years later? So the multiplayer aspect of this game is awesome. But the whole buying boxes to rank up items is just, there's a much better and much more profitable way to generate revenue through multiplayer. And going back to Mass Effect 3, the multiplayer Mass Effect 3, at some point after its initial release, they released an update to the multiplayer maps to where they added hazards. And there was this one map they added acid rain to, which would damage your shields and keep your shield from recharging if you were out in the acid rain. All right, we got an SOS call. Was that? Let me track that SOS call. Where is it? All right. And just the appearance. One thing BioWare has always been known and great for is just that right there. I mean, the absolutely just eye appealing, just absolute stunning atmosphere and environment. I mean, this new Frostbite engine that they changed over to with Mass Effect Andromeda, not so good on the character appearances, but BioWare still did a fantastic job with the environment. I mean, that's just amazing. So anyway, this acid rain just made such an awesome, just visually, just really cool mission to play on. It was one of my favorite maps to play on in multiplayer on Mass Effect 3. So there is so much potential with multiplayer in Mass Effect, and going forward, making a great game that's not just multiplayer, but is multiplayer, and also they could release story missions for like single player story missions through DLC. So those people that want to like get into a single player storyline, aspect of the game can still do that with like DLC, like periodic updates, like every 3 months or twice a year, once a year, however long. I guess it would be community driven. I mean, how many people support the whole single player storyline aspect of it, as far as how often the updates would be released. But I mean, they need to make a game that you can spend just years playing and still enjoy it. Like I said, people are still playing the multiplayer on this. How many years later? I went right by all that crap. Let's go back. And in the last episode, I did kind of get into the different aspects of the multiplayer, like my favorite MMO of all the different MMOs that I played, and I go all the way back to the Pioneers that kicked off the whole MMO genre. Long before WoW. Don't even get me started on WoW. WoW is definitely the most successful and most popular of all time, but it's most definitely not the best of all time. I've played many MMOs over the years, going all the way back, like I said, to the Pioneers, EverQuest, Dark Ages of Camelot, which I never played Dark Ages of Camelot, but I talked to enough people that did play it to give credit where it's due. So between EverQuest, Dark Ages of Camelot, those are the pioneers I'm referring to that really kicked off the whole MMO genre. They weren't necessarily the first, but they were definitely the ones that, kicked it off and made MMOs what they are today. But my favorite MMO of all time was DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online, which, it's Dungeons & Dragons. It's all about co-op. It's all about party cooperation. Like, you need a rogue to deal with traps. You need a healer to, heal so that you can survive the dungeon. You need a fighter to actually, be the damage dealer. You need a wizard, again, to, crowd control, damage dealing. So you need a well-rounded party for DDO. And it's all instance. So it's just you and your group that go into the dungeon. Nobody else is there to interfere. You don't have randoms, coming by and screwing shit up. You're not sitting there camping for mobs, like named mobs that drop a specific loot. No. You go into a dungeon with your group, and when you're finished with that dungeon, hey, guess what? You can do it again on a higher difficulty. Or just do it again on the same difficulty if you want. Or move on to a different dungeon.
Undocumented mineral nearby, Pathfinder.
So as far as the multiplayer aspect in this game, Mass Effect 3 and Andromeda, it's all just wave like survival. Now there's little side objectives that pop up during the waves of enemies that you have to, clear the objective to proceed on to the next. Not just survive the wave and kill the enemies, but actually do some of the objectives. But there could be different types of missions, like extractions. Go in, extract somebody who's captive or just in a hostile area. Defense to keep others from there's just all sorts of different types of missions that could be done in multiplayer. And then two, even introduce in PvP into where it gets more competitive, to where if your party is on an extraction mission, it could just be a simple check mark to say PvP enabled or not. So if you don't check it, then you will go on your mission, your co-op mission with your group. No one else will interfere, and it's up to you, your team, and your team alone to succeed or not.
Pathfinder.
But if you check that multiplayer option, then it would allow another team to be the counter. Either, like for example, or not even PvP, but co-op. Like two teams doing the same objective to defend a base, or one team to go in and extract somebody, and then the other team signed up to assassinate that person that you're going, so it would be a little competitive that way. So there's just all sorts of different things that can be done as far as not just co-op, but also competitive, like rival, like counter objective, from the other team. And then look back at Mass Effect 3. I think it was Citadel DLC. I think is what it was called. Could be wrong, but it was the DLC where Anderson gave you his apartment. And boy, what an apartment that was. Like, wow. Like, Anderson makes bank. You know what I mean? Like, that was an awesome apartment. And that DLC, too, was just a great DLC. Like, the apartment, the party, the Armax Arena, which is another thing. PvP could be done through the Armax Arena. Again, they've already done so much with this game that could just be so much more. That could be so much better to bring so much more options to the community.
Well, it's not like life or death or anything. It's just... Yeah, but our heat lamp...
But all the stuff I'm talking about, I very seriously doubt will transpire in the next Mass Effect. The next Mass Effect will be some other, like, world-ending, galaxy in danger, all life in the galaxy, it's just more regurgitated crap over and over again. They do not devote the resources to actually, I don't know, come up with something new. I don't even want to say original idea. Something different, okay? The way the Ket are basically making more Ket through genetic alteration to other races is exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing they were doing with the Collectors. Collectors were Prothean that were genetically altered and used for the Reaper Servants. And then, when you're on that exaltation mission and you see all those Angaran in the pods, gee, it looks awfully familiar, like the Collectors capturing humans and sticking them in pods. It's just very disappointing that, there's a game like this that exists, that there's so much potential for, that they just are literally sitting on the shelf collecting dust and keep just pumping out the same. Well, I don't want to call it crap because it was good the first time, but again, can we do something different, please? I need to get that. All right, so it looks like I'm traveling back the long route. East. Sorry, the last couple episodes I've been getting really... Again, these missions and this story is so... I've spent more time just talking about what I would do with the future of Mass Effect. Would have been nice if I'd have grabbed that before coming all the way out here. That way I could have fast traveled back to it. And this isn't even a road. Like, how the hell? Oh, forgot. Here, let's we're not completely off track here. That's why I love these trucks. Go over just about everything. Not everything, but just about everything.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals
Yeah, I
via
just
your
depleted
mining
it. Thank you.
interface.
All right. Whoa, 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 whoa! Stay out of the. Don't go in that water. No, 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 no! Come on, come on! Are you kidding me? Get out of the water! That was close. All right, where am I? I could have fast traveled here. No, I couldn't. Okay, I was thinking I was somewhere else. All right, now. Another thing about this that is a little bit disappointing is there's several new enemies, and especially a lot of new wildlife that you encounter on these planets. But there's so many planets that have the same wildlife. It's like, you couldn't, like, I don't know, change them a little bit? Call them something else? I mean, we're talking about different planets here. You know, it's like, come on. Alright, I've clearly been here before. Otherwise there would be something on the map, surely. There's not even any enemies here, so I'm not getting out. Some uranium I could have got out for, though. It would just be really nice if Hollywood and the game industry, because I don't know why the game industry is wrapped up in the same, like, political type crap. Like, just make a game, man. Okay? We want to play a game to escape the political garbage and real life everyday crap that we deal with. You know, a game is supposed to be leisure time. A game is supposed to be, you know, relaxing and fun. Okay? So it would be really nice if we could just escape all of the political crap and just play a damn game. This looks like an actual This isn't the vault. I haven't opened the vault yet. I don't think. Oh, watch this. Here we go. Not so tough, are you? Anyway. Yeah, I'm actually kind of wanting to do an insanity run now. I might do a second playthrough insanity run. Because I literally just ripped to pieces one of the toughest enemies in like so quickly. Because this Piranha shotgun, oh man, this thing combined with turbocharge, it's like wow. It's kind of fun. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but it's not very challenging when you just tear them to pieces so quickly. Alright, I guess we don't, there's nothing else to do besides pull the lever. Come on, get up there. Alright, let's pull the lever. This is not the vault.
Well, we turn the power on.
You'll need to locate the console to activate the purification field, Pathfinder.
Oh no, this is the vault. I didn't want to, I don't want to do the vault right now. I didn't think this was the actual vault. Get out of here. I'll come back later to do that. I didn't realize that activated all 3 monoliths. Actually, I could go ahead and just end this episode here and then start the next one with the vault. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that since I'm already here. Fuck it. So, I think I did get a trophy at the beginning of this, which was getting the 100 construct kills, I think.
Remnant Vault. Let's get this place up and running.
Alright, anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. You know, make a comment about what you think about what I've talked about with the future of Mass Effect. I would love to be involved so I can make a great game. But that's not likely going to happen. Anyway, take care.